So the question came up on my mom's side of the family, where did the first McAdams um, family come over? And we thought, with a name like McAdams, we were thinking Scotland. But it turns out they came from Ireland. This is Thomas McAdams, and he was born in 1730 in Ireland. But I'm interested in his wife, Catherine, and I've got her marked as either Willie or Ellis, and we'll get into that in a minute. But again, she was born in 1741 in Ireland, and there are a couple of stories. They're very similar, but they're not exactly the same as to how they got over here. Um, Stories agree that they arrived on the Earl of Hillsborough. This is from Pinterest, and this is a painting of the Charleston Harbor in the early 1700s, currently in this collection here, Winston-Salem. But so this is what she would have seen kind of ish when she arrived in Charleston, South Carolina. So she left from uh, Belfast, Ireland. Most sources say Christmas Eve on 1776, and then she arrived in February into Charleston. Her and her kids. Everybody agrees that Thomas died of, seems like, measles on the way over. But the question is, was he on the Earl of Hillsborough with her, or did he come earlier on a different ship? Either way, when she got to Charleston, she was a widow with 3 kids. So here she is, Catharine McAdams McAdam at 26, and then here's John. Her son is 10, Catherine is 7, and John is 2. Now here we have Isabel Ellis, also 26, and Margaret Wiley, 26, and then Martha Ross, 25. So there's some question as to maybe one or two of these were sisters because they seem to be traveling together. And then there's this kid, this girl, Arabella Linders, 21. She's traveling, we hope. We've got Alexander, Mary, and John Anderson, all under the age of 10, traveling across the ocean, hopefully with this person, if not by themselves, which would be a very interesting story to look into. But the Earl of Hillsborough, when she got here, she successfully applied for the bounty of 250 acres of land, and here it's been assigned to her here. Now the 250 is telling because you see most folks got 100, so 250 indicates that she was able to get Thomas's bounty as well. And here, this is on RootsWeb. Here from the South Carolina Archives is that bounty of land. This is where it was surveyed and given to her. So look what they did. Vacant land, vacant land, vacant land, vacant land. She's got 250 acres of woods, basically, that she's got. Part of her bounty is to clear this out and to make it habitable land. They just gave her the land. They said, good luck. Now this is the Fort Charleston Path, and this is, that says Creek Path. That would be the Creek Indians. But this was surveyed on 27th of May, 1767 for Catharine McAdams. Plantation or tract of land containing 250 acres, something, 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 something. This says Greenville County. Now, those county lines, of course, are not where they are today, and it was all very, very fluid at that point. But this Fort Charleston Path helps, and the Creek Path helps to narrow down kind of where it was. So this is in 1767. Fort Charlotte was built in 1767 to protect against the Indian raids. And so this was the original in 1767. This was the Fort Charlotte Path. And the Fort Charlotte is right here. Just right now it's in northern McCormick County. Abbeville County is here. And here between Abbeville and Anderson is something called DeWitt's Corner. This pink line is the Creek Indian trading path. And because there was a trading post here in DeWitt's Corner, so I'm going to suspect that that path just went right on up. So here is a map. This one's from 1820, 1825, something like that. It's found here. This is the link to that map. So here's DeWitt's Corner, and this would be the new 1820s, the new path from Fort Charlotte, and this goes on out to Lawrence County. And you can see they've got, and then this is the big Hogskin Creek. This is a little Hogskin Creek, and then this is, but it matches up, right? I'm guessing, this isn't named, but I'm assuming it's the kind of the more official version of that creek path. Here is a better map of this. DeWitt's Corner is right here. Here's whatever that is. And here's that big line. And look, you've just got these names and names and names. Fisher and Wright and Hill and Dearkin and Sims. Here's McAdams, Little Hogskin Creek, Big Hogskin Creek. It's a different map, more detailed map of the same area, right? And this is circa 1825 on routes and recall. This is Anderson County. This is DeWitt's Corner, and this is Lawrence County over here. This is the Saluda River, and this is that area on Google Maps. So you've got your little Hogskin Creek here, and if you, okay, there it is. Come on, bring it back. Bring it back. Thank you. There's a big Hogskin Creek, little Hogskin Creek. So this is in Abbeville County right now. This is on Google Earth. And so in DeWitt's Corner in 1777, all of this was while she was there trying to clear this land with just her husband. I haven't been able to find any records that she remarried or anything like that. So she was her and her sons. They got here in 1767. What? 8 years later, 9 years later, the American Revolution broke out. Both of her sons are listed as having fought in the American Revolution. And then in 1777, so they were fighting British and Native Americans all at the same time, trying to clear this land. Because remember, she just inherited a bunch of woods, or she was just decreed a bunch of woods. But the Treaty of DeWitt's Corner ended the Overhill Cherokee attacks, peace document in South Carolina. 1773 was the Treaty of Augusta. Anyway, so the Treaty of DeWitt's Corner, here it is. This is a copy of that document. I'm not going to try to read it now. But anyway, so I haven't so far been able to find any more information on her, except that she is purportedly buried here in Lindsay Cemetery. This is on Find a Grave. A lot of people on Find a Grave have gone out and done the individual markers, but nobody has done Lindsay yet. So this is just outside of Due West in Abbeville, South Carolina. And it's Lindsay Cemetery, so she and I think both of her sons are in there somewhere. So I hope this was interesting, and I don't know when I'll do another one, but we'll just see how it goes. I kind of geek out on this stuff. It's sort of fun.